YouTube, what's going on today? I hope you guys are having a good day today. Hey, I'm excited for this video. I know I've been gone for a little bit, but hey, I'm back. Had a little road trip. Truck did good. Last video, if I'm correct, last video y'all remember was the video where I showed you guys the new hitch, and we were getting ready to we did the oil sample and we're getting ready to hit the road to go to Florida. Went to Florida, everything was successful. Went down there, picked up a 1991 Cadillac DeVille for the, I'm not gonna say for the channel, but I picked it up for myself because it has a spot in my heart. I'll tell you guys later. This video today, you guys, I am going to put to end. I'm going to put it to sleep. Okay, everybody's talking. This is a huge debate on YouTube whether a CCV delete is recommended for your Cummins. Okay, I'm going to put it to sleep right now, and I'm sticking with the answer that I had from the day I did it. Yes, it is recommended. Okay, it is recommended. Here's why. I had a couple videos a while ago. I had somebody comment saying they were Cummins tech. They were telling me the oil was going to be contaminated. It was going to be bad. All that stuff. Well, guess what? You guys know we did an oil sample, sent it off to oil analyzers. We sent it off to them. It was super quick turnaround. They got it on a Monday. They had the results for the oil on a Tuesday. Sent me back the results, and I'm extremely impressed. And this just goes to show that, one, AMSOIL is a very good oil, and they mean when they say you double your oil inner life, it means you double your oil's inner life. So I think this is going to be a good video. I have papers. This is from laboratory testers, all that good stuff. I got documents showing that oil analysis is good on this truck. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this off to you guys and let you guys see what we got. All right, you guys, so this is the results we have from the company oil analyzer. All right, everything is for me. You know my name. This is my truck, 6.7 Cummins, holds 12 quarts of oil. Now, first thing off the top is the first thing they'll tell you is the severity level of it. Okay, we're going from 0, which is pretty much brand new oil. 1 is like semi broken in brand new oil. 2 and 3 is abnormal, but it's not, don't freak out, it's nothing crazy. And then 4 is a critical, meaning you might want to change it ASAP. Okay, now there's a bunch of stuff here. I'm not going to go over every single bit of it yet, but what I want to read is this stuff right here. Okay, so it says here, and you guys can pause it, it says here that the flag data does not indicate an immediate need for maintenance action. Continue to observe the trend and monitor equipment and fluid condition. Viscosity is moderately high. I can explain that in a minute. Causes include contamination, oxidation, incorrectly identified viscosity grades, and or adding a different viscosity grade to the component. Like I said, I can explain that. Please provide missing fluid name to compare the data to the correct standards. Oil is suitable for continued, here, all right, check it out. Oil is suitable for continued use. Resample in 7,000 miles or 125 hours. Folks, that is a good oil sample. Okay, if they're telling you to recheck a sample in 7,000 miles, that is a good oil sample. And guess what? I'm sitting right at about 75. Well, now since the oil sample, I'm at about 8,000 miles right now because of the road trip. So since I've done the oil change, so when you guys know I did the oil change, I put the I put the AMSOIL in it, and I put about 8,000 miles on it. So they're telling me in 7,000 miles, recheck it. Now, guess what? AMSOIL says that you will get double oil inner life with your, or double oil life with using their synthetic series fluid. This is right here is facts that works. Okay, now the part here where you guys are probably curious is the wear and all this stuff. Okay, so like right here, this is all the wear ppms. Okay, ppm stands for parts per million. Okay, this is the contaminant metals. Okay, these numbers are nothing. We have 23 parts in a million parts. 23 parts of iron. What is that? Chlorium, nickel, nothing. Aluminum, 1. Copper, 1. Lead, like, look at these numbers, super low. Okay, contaminant metals, silicon, we have 5 in 1 million parts of silicon within the oil. Sodium, potassium, all this stuff, low numbers. Okay, now this is the good stuff. You want to see good numbers on this. Additive metals. Okay, magnesium, extremely good. Calcium, barium, whatever, and phosphorus. Zinc. Okay, zinc and calcium, You want those in your oil, okay? Zinc, especially zinc, because back in the day, oil came with zinc additives, period. But then emissions and EPA and all that stuff drawed it down, okay? So all this stuff you can see here. Now the next row here, you got, it's just information. And then when we get over here, this part right here is highlighted. Viscosity at 100 degrees Celsius. That's what temperature they tested the oil at. Based off the oil will determine whether it's going to be tested at 40 or 100 degrees Celsius. So for the viscosity, they're trying to tell me that it's abnormal, okay? Now, for the viscosity, I can tell you why it's like that. Adrian, if you're watching this video, please don't murder me, don't choke me, okay? So when I did the oil change on my truck, when I added the Lucas, okay, because of how often I did my previous oil changes, I added a bottle of Lucas oil stabilizer to the AMSOIL, okay? Now AMSOIL claims do not use any additives. You don't need additives with their oil. I believe that now. I'm a firm believer. I probably will no longer be putting Lucas additive oil stabilizer in my oil changes when I do AMSOIL. Adrian, if you're watching this, man, please don't be mad at me. And if you guys don't know, Adrian is my oil guy. He's an AMSOIL dealer. I go through him for all of my oil needs or any fluid needs for my truck. I go through him. His information is down below. He has a YouTube channel he just started, and he has an awesome Instagram. Check him out. Description down below. But that is why the viscosity, they couldn't tell. That's why they asked what was used for the viscosity to be like that. And they knew, and I didn't even tell them because I forgot I added it until I read this, and I was like, oh crap, I added that. Because when you fill out the paperwork, they ask you everything, what all did you put in it, and you have to tell them, you know what I'm saying? So I did all that, and I just forgot to tell them, man. I'm telling you guys, I forgot to mention it. So I emailed them, super fast response. I was like, hey, I added a quart of Lucas oil stabilizer I forgot to mention. They said, hey, it's cool. That explains the higher viscosity, because that's usually what the oil, what those oil additives are going to do, is going to increase the viscosity, so that way there is a film on all of the valve train components, all that whatnot. So after that, they were like, your oil is good. I have the emails on my phone too. I mean, if you really are that anal where you want to see the emails, by all means, let me know. I'll show it to you guys in the next video. But they emailed me and they told me, hey, you're good. Resample in the next 7,000 miles. And that was it. Now, going back to the CCV delete. For everybody who's been saying the CCV delete is going to contaminate your oil because you need the negative pressure from the going to the turbo to be able to suck out all of the fumes and the gases and the contaminants out of the crankcase. I don't think so. Absolutely not. I mean, you guys saw the wear contaminants, and if you didn't, rewind back, you can see it. You guys saw all of the contaminants that were in my oil. And keep in mind, it's per million, okay? ppm, parts per million. There was like, the highest number in contaminants was 23. So out of 1 million parts, 23 of them was I think it was iron, one of them, I'm not sure, I don't remember. You know what I'm saying? And so for all you guys out there that are really crazy or really curious, or you doubt CCV deletes are good on these trucks, I'm proving it to you. I'm a living witness. I stand behind my word, and I stand behind what I've done to my truck. And for those of you wondering, I've had 0 issues since I've done the CCV delete back in February, January on my truck, okay? I'm even running now, and if you haven't seen this video, make sure you check it out. I'm even running the oil catch can now. So the catch can is doing good. Have not opened it up yet. I need to, because I'm real curious to see what's in there. See if we got anything. No. Well, let's do this. Let me see if I can open this can up without using tools real quick, and then let's look in. Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready for this? Okay, now I can make this a 2-part video. Why you want to do a catch can on your Cummins. Check this out. Wow. You guys see that? Who says a catch can is garbage idea? Or who says it doesn't work? You guys see that? This is ridiculous. And this so far is about 2,000 miles. Because, okay, so the trip to Florida and back was a 1,400 mile trip. So I'll say this has been about 15 to 1,600 miles driving since I've installed that catch can. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This is badass. This right here is the shit. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys really watch this video, man, because I know, if I don't upload often, the views go down. But for those of you watching this, man, come on now. Do this, man. Do it. I was talking and looking at pictures of other CCV or other goddamn catch can locations people put them, and one of the other locations is they'll put it right here on top of the fuse box panel. Okay, I might relocate this one there. So all you do is you get your 3/4 heater hose running around here, right here to the catch can, man. And that is, wow, oh my goodness, I can't get over that. Wow, it's like, and I don't have to worry about it dripping on the floor, making a mess on my driveway, all in my engine bay. I mean, that is a lot, and that's not even 2,000 miles. All right, so let me go ahead and put this back on real quick. All right, you guys, so please let me know what you think about this. Okay, let me know what you think about the catch can. Let me know what you think about the oil analysis result. Okay, that just goes to show, one, and I'm not saying this because I don't care if you call me. I'm an Amsoil fanboy, okay? I'm sorry, I don't care. You can say I'm a fanboy, getting paid off, whatever. I don't get paid off, first of all, by Amsoil. One, they make a good oil, and right, that goes to show based off the oil test. Two, the catch can, which replaced the original CCV delete, is an amazing mod, okay? I was not expecting that. I went into that like, that's the first time I opened it since I installed it, because I didn't think I thought it would take a while to accumulate. So man, you guys, I am extremely impressed with that. So definitely, all right, so let me know what you guys think about that. I wanted to get you guys back word on the oil test results. I wanted to let you guys know what they said about the truck, because a lot of people were saying don't do it, it's not needed. So if you're scared or you're worried about the whole negative pressure turbo whatever, now keep in mind the original reason why I did the delete in the first place is so what you saw in the catch can is not going inside of the turbo. Okay, because if you remember, there's a pipe. Rilo, get out of there. Rilo, get out of there. Come on, fucking dog. So if you guys remember, that stuff was going down into the turbo. So man, I feel good. I feel good knowing that is there. Okay, that catch can is probably gonna go to my top 3 mods. I might do by the end of the year. I might do another updated top 3 mods for your 6.7 Cummins, and I think that's gonna be in there. Okay, so please, you guys, like the video, comment down below. Let me know what you feel, what you think about what I presented to you today. On the last note, I wanted to show you guys something real quick, because I know you guys are probably gonna be asking. So this right here is my project / daily driver. Okay, it's a 1991 Cadillac DeVille. This car is badass. It has a sentimental value to me. I know I mentioned it earlier because when I was in high school, I was 16 years old. I was working, cutting grass, and during the summer to save up money just so I can get me a car. And this was the first car I bought. Not this one, but this model type. Okay, I paid $800, and I bought one just like this. It was baby blue with a rug top on it and stuff. My buddy blessed me by giving me this car in return for putting the lift on his truck, because he got this car through another deal, and I was just grateful. I mean, it runs. AC is cold. I got to do a couple little things to the engine to get it running perfect, but I mean, this is OG status stuff right here. I mean, look at the little baby AC vent back there. AC works and stuff. You know, I got 2 rust spots, this one right here, and I got one in the trunk. Okay, so let me know if you guys want to see. I know this is a diesel channel and my stuff's been based off of diesels, but let me know if you guys want to see these videos on this car, you know, because I will be doing work on it. So if you guys want to see videos, you know, kind of freshen up the channel, see something new, let me know. By all means, I don't want to bombard the channel with this car because it's not diesel and trucks and stuff. But if you guys want to see it, just, you know, let me know, please. Well, all right, we're gonna have to wrap this up. My dog's over here about to pass out. All right, you guys, so until next time, you guys take it easy, be safe, peace out, God bless, and y'all be on the lookout for that coolant flush change on the channel. Peace out.